Okay, we're going to call this meeting to order. First item on the agenda, we have to all stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Here, the flag is kind of small, but we'll get a bigger one.
It works.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right.
Call the roll.
Yes, call the roll, please.
Okay. Patrick Sellers.
Here.
Kathy Altensee.
Here.
Nikki Bender.
Here.
Mickey Martin.
Here.
Joy Sellers.
Here.
Everyone's here and accounted for.
Next item on the agenda is the administer of the oath of office for supervisors and trustees.
That could be Mr. Hartman.
Yes, Judge Hartman.
Judge Hartman. Kathy and Joy are going to be sworn in.
You can stay in your seats, that's fine.
Oh.
If, as long as you can hear me and it's respond back.
You want a copy of this?
Yeah, we can do that.
And then these guys.
Joy, and we have,
Kathy, right over there.
Right there. Can't give me that paper.
there we are. All right. Simple enough question. When I ask you if you wish to take the oath of office voluntarily,
Yes, yes.
and just repeat after me. I do solemnly swear, and state your name. Your name, do solemnly swear.
I, Kathleen.
Yes, clear.
I, Kathleen Altensee, do solemnly swear
That I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of office
and I will faithfully discharge the duty of office
of Township Trustee
of Township Trustee
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
Okay, now you have to sign the
And
three.
we sign
and then-
forever.
Yes.
Signing your life away,
You
ladies.
have all three of them here, Joy?
Uh-huh.
I need you. Does he have one? Yeah, he's got one.
Is there one for Joy?
Okay, and here's the other two for Joy.
Ms. Sellers.
Just for the record, the rest of us were sworn in this morning at 8 o'clock at the debate center. And we have pictures, and so hopefully they'll be in the newspaper soon.
Photoshop.
You sign all three, please. Yeah, Photoshop. Morgan, we do something with that. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, most welcome. Anything else
You
I gotta
sign them?
sign?
That's it.
That's
Thank
secretary.
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Sellers? Ladies, gentlemen.
you. Have a good day, Charles.
No, you keep one, and give me the other two. Kathy, sign yours, please. And then I take two, and you keep one. And Mickey, and then I'll give you yours, your copies. Okay. Before you leave, all right? Here's your copy.
Thank you.
Would you pass that down to Mickey? And would you pass that down to Nikki?
A lot of paperwork. Okay. All right. The next item on the agenda is the appointment of township attorney. I hereby appoint Michael J. Phillips as town attorney for the town of Freeport at the rate of $125 per hour.
Second. Third.
Question.
Yes.
Is it a motion?
Yeah, that was second. Is it a conflict for you to be the town attorney to an elected official that works for you?
No,
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 you're sure about that?
I'm sure about that.
I asked the same question.
Okay.
I made sure that that wasn't going to be a conflict.
Do we have an opinion other than yours, Mr. Phillips?
No, ma'am, no one's ever been requested in writing.
So in order to get further clarification, I should request it in writing
From me?
from you or from the state's attorney or?
I don't know if the state's attorney would render one, but if the town board wants it, I'll be happy to deliver one.
I would just be more comfortable if we had some clarification of that, because this is rather unusual circumstances that anyone works for somebody that is the town attorney.
I'm not sure how unusual it is, but if the town board would so request, I'd be happy to deliver one.
I would like to request it, whether the town board does or not, let the record show that I would.
So you want him to put it in writing, that it's not a conflict?
I guess I would like it from an objective party.
So you want it from another attorney? Is that what you're saying?
Well, probably the state's attorney or the state's attorney general.
Well, the Attorney General won't issue an opinion to you or to the township. It's not on one of the lists of the statutory authorized. And they're limited to state officials and to state's attorneys.
Okay, I'll figure it out.
So I'm just as general, Michael Luke, who's head of the opinions division, would tell you that. But he may ask one of Mr. Vogt, but I'm not sure if he would render one either. That would be his decision.
Okay. Okay. Because I have that question, I will be voting present until I get clarification on it.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second. The motion is to
So
appoint
the
Mr.
record's clear, excuse me. The record's clear. Ms. Bender, when you said second, you was actually a motion to concur in the appointment, and that was a second, but,
Yes.
so it should be reflected as a motion to concur in the appointment, seconded by trustee Altonson.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right, you want me to call the roll?
Yes, please.
Mr. Sellers?
Aye.
Ms. Altensey?
Aye.
Ms. Bender?
Aye.
And Ms. Martin?
Present?
And Ms. Sellers?
Aye.
Okay, motion passed.
Next item on the agenda is Resolution TR 2013-11 to establish electronic attendance requirements for town trustees to attend town board meetings to comply with Illinois Open Meetings Act. That resolution.
I emailed that to you. Do you want me to copy it for you?
Yeah, that's true. No, but that is true.
Okay.
Do you want me to make a copy of it for you?
I think that's supposed to
There should be one in there.
Oh,
Kathy doesn't have a copy.
Okay.
I mailed it to you too.
yeah.
This is all I got.
In your email? Did you check your email?
No.
Okay,
Didn't print anything off my mail.
Okay.
I will be sending all your stuff through email, so please check them, those that have it. You did, okay. Didn't know. Okay.
Thanks for discussion.
Yes.
Are there any discussion? Discussion?
Mr. Chairman, just a clarification of this one. The member cannot attend because of a family or an emergency. Would you request something in writing to that effect? Or how would you respond to that? Somebody would just say, I have a family emergency, I'm sorry I can't be here.
No.
Girl.
What was the question?
It says number 3, the member cannot attend because of a family or other emergency. Would you require that in writing, or how would you require that?
As long as it's, I think it can be through personal or through a phone call would be fine.
Okay.
Most emergencies, you don't have a pre-warning for it, so you can't really write me anything in advance in case
Well,
of
if
emergency.
somebody's
So,
sick,
but if
though,
someone is sick or something like that, and you know you're gonna be going out of town because someone is ill, then yes, I would like to have it in writing,
If feasible.
if feasible. Any more discussion?
Just one more question then. Would you waive the 48 hours if it was, a true emergency?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, waive it. It's a true emergency.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Somebody make a motion?
I make the motion to accept the electronic attendance that means rules.
I make a suggestion that approve proposed
Beg
resolution.
your pardon?
Can we make a suggestion, we use the terminology to approve proposed resolution 13-12?
Got it, Barb?
Mm-hmm. I second.
Any other discussion?
Guess I'll take a roll call vote.
Okay, roll.
Mr. Sellers?
Aye.
Ms. Aldensee?
Aye.
Ms. Bender?
Aye.
Ms. Martin?
Aye.
Ms. Sellers?
Aye.
Okay, motion passed.
Motion passed 5-0.
Jizzy.
All righty. Next item is resolution TR 2013-12 to designate signatories for township funds. It's open for discussion.
Did everybody get a copy of that? All got that?
Yeah.
Vicky's got a question.
Okay.
So the first part of this talks about the depository,
Mhm.
but it doesn't say who the depository is and where the funds are going to be deposited. Then the second part talks about the signatories. Was that intended to be left blank, or are you going to use the same depository we have now?
Yes, I was. The point of the resolution is not to designate different depositories. It is only, the purpose of this proposed resolution as drafted is only to designate who can sign on behalf of the township. So there's no request being made to change any of the current depositories.
Okay. Even though the 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs address the depository.
Well, the first four address the authority of the township to take this action.
Yes.
That's why I was citing all the requirements, the express duty imposed by state statute that we have to have public funds on deposit.
Right.
And then this would be an applied power, since we're a non-home rule government.
Exactly.
That this would be an applied power in order to do an express duty. There is no statute that specifically says you can designate signees, but you have to designate signees that have bank accounts.
Right.
So that's why I was trying to lay out so people would understand what the legal authority of the township was to take this action.
Okay, so am I to understand then that we are going to maintain the same depository that we currently have with the state of Illinois and the Fifth Third Bank?
This resolution doesn't change any of the depositories. It
No
doesn't
change.
discuss it.
It just sort of threw me that you addressed it, and then you didn't say whether we were changing it or not changing it.
Right. I understand. It was, the addressing was just background information to show the authority of us to take this action.
Okay. Because it says whereas,
Mhm.
and then down below when you have the signatories, it says therefore it be it resolved, and we don't have it therefore it be resolved above the top part.
Right, it wasn't intended to change the.
Okay, so no change in depository. Okay, that,
I move for approval of resolution TR-2013-12.
I second.
Let's call. Let's do the roll.
Okay. All right. Mr. Sellers,
Aye.
Ms. Aldensee,
Aye.
Ms. Bender,
Aye.
Ms. Martin.
aye, as
Ms.
long as
Sellers?
there's no change.
Okay, motion passed.
Motion passed.
Mhm.
Next agenda item, approval of payment for Rockford Training Seminar for Supervisor, Clerk, and Trustees, July 2013, and approval of payment for Supervisor Training Seminar on Finances in Alsip, Illinois in June 2013. It's open for discussion.
Is there dates on those?
Yeah.
Wait a second, wait a minute, okay. Okay, right here. And then this one is on the 9th. And this one here is gonna make it difficult. Let's see. Let's see here. The supervisor one is on, let's see here, it's June 6th, 2013. And there's one June 7th, 2013.
It's for the supervisor.
No, the supervisor one is for June 6th.
Okay, the June 7th is for everybody?
It's for the clerk
Oh,
and
okay.
everyone else.
Trustees?
Only the clerk on that one?
Wait a second. There's another one. Don't we have another one for the?
Yeah, there's one in Rockford, the one that's everybody, supervisor, clerk, trustee.
Yes.
And July 13 is for the supervisor, and I think the one in June is for the clerk and supervisor.
So what's the date in July?
That's right.
No, that's the June.
Okay, there's June 7th,
Mhm.
that's for,
That's for you and I, for the clerk and
okay, for June 7th, okay.
Mhm.
And then the other one is,
is June 6th, and that's for me and Alsip.
and then the
What's
one.
the trustees?
The trustees is the one that's in Toya magazine.
Right, it's in July.
That's in July.
I'll have to get the specific date. Right, I'll have to get you the date of the one
That's in Rockford, and
Yeah.
that's for all the trustees.
Right,
Okay,
we'll get the
everybody.
date for you.
Yep.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, is there a deadline for registration on that?
Mm-hmm.
On the two.
On the 2, the deadline for registration for the supervisor and the clerk, the deadline,
I think it's May 28th or 27th.
yeah, hold on a second. Show the deadline. How about the 24th?
Yeah.
The deadline's the 24th. And for the supervisor in Alsip, for me, the deadline is the 30th of May.
But we don't have the information for the trustees for July yet.
It's in the Toya
was in the
It's
magazine.
in the
Toya
Toya magazine,
Yeah,
but
and that's the one in July. That
Now,
Yep,
is that,
and we'll get
are
that.
we supposed
No,
to
everybody should
register
go.
ourselves?
Well, that's what we were gonna, I thought, what we talked
Yeah,
about
we're
is
gonna-
everybody register and we just send in one check.
Right.
Okay, that
That
sounds
would make
reasonable.
sense.
That will-
Okay, so you guys will take care of that
We'll take care of it, we just need you to fill out the form
Right.
from the
from
Toya
the
magazine.
Toya magazine, turn it in, and then we'll just send one check for everybody. So you need to check to see if you're available.
Yeah,
It's in the morning, it's from 8 to 12:30, I think, and lunch is provided. Yeah, it's at the Ramada Inn. I
Do you know
think.
which magazine it is? 'Cause
This
sometimes-
last one, this would, everybody
The
just
last
got it?
Toya.
Okay.
Well, you and I don't get it. I stole one from Nikki, and
Oh.
I think Mike took it, and I'm not sure. I may even have it back, but. So
If you have it,
I'll make copies of it and
make it
email
just a
it.
copy of the registration.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I'm not sure I still have.
Okay.
I'm not real, I read it and then I
Pitch it?
have too many magazines in my house.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll make copies for everybody and scan it in and email it to
That
you.
would be great, thank you.
Oh, yes.
Because it won't be in time.
I know, but that's during my supervisor's report, so I'm sure
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
All righty.
So I guess we need a
We
motion
need a
on
motion
that.
to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other discussion?
Any more discussion? No? Okay, we need to take all
Okay.
that.
Mr. Sellers,
Aye.
Ms. Altensee,
Aye.
Ms. Bender,
Aye.
Ms. Martin,
Aye.
Ms. Sellers. Okay, motion carries.
Motion passes 5-0. Okay.
Okay.
All righty, the next item on the agenda, bills payable, claims and demands.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cynthia, I just hope this is resolved now. Is this Frontier phone, internet service, et cetera, now current and up to date with no late fee as it appears here?
This bill, I believe, had a late fee, and what we were able to find is that last November, the bill was paid, Frontier never received it. And fiscal officer here apparently never realized that it didn't get cashed. And was a manual check being cut by the fiscal officer to take care of that November bill. Frontier said that they would then negate and give us a credit for all of the additional fees they were doing.
Okay. So you're telling me this one's current then and there are no fees on this one?
No, this one does have a fee on it.
This one has a fee?
Yes, it does.
Because
They didn't receive payment for last November.
So they're gonna take it off though, aren't they?
They are going to, they're going to
they're
credit
gonna
us.
charge it, but then they're gonna take it off?
Correct.
Okay.
Mhm.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
On the first page, second item, manpower for 2,000, excuse me, for $2,760. Do you know when that person was hired full-time?
No, I do not.
It says, I think, Nikki, it says there, doesn't it say?
On 5/1?
I think that's what it says.
Why would you hire somebody for
I have a problem with that bill, the amount of the bill, and not knowing anything about how that works, having to buy out the conversion fee. So I would like to take that off of the agenda for this meeting until we can have more information on it.
a second? I also have a question with
Just a second, let me do one motion at a time. Nikki and Joy, and your motion is to withdraw
Draw.
the bill for manpower
Yes, please.
until you get more information?
Yes.
And what specifically are you looking for in information?
Just who was
Okay.
hired, why at the last minute, and what does that mean, conversion fee for hiring full-time?
Okay.
I've never seen that, I've been around here for a while, I've never seen that.
Okay.
Well, she has, excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt. She's been here as a temp for quite a while, right?
Not that long.
How long?
I don't even think it's been 3 months.
No, it's not been that long.
And then convert.
Well, I will take a look and see her
Thank you.
when she started, and we will vote to withdraw.
Okay, there was a motion then
Mhm,
to
there's a
withdraw the
motion.
bill for manpower,
And a second.
and second was by Joy. Any other discussion?
Yeah. Any other discussion about it? Okay, let's make the call.
Mr. Sellers,
Aye.
Ms. Albensy,
Aye.
Ms. Bender,
Aye.
Ms. Martin,
Aye.
Ms. Sellers.
Aye.
Okay, motion passed
Motion passes
5-0.
5-0. All righty.
Oh, wait, I had a couple
Oh,
questions
sorry.
on, a garage rent in June and then a mini storage. What are all of these? I guess, why are we paying garage rent and, AD mini storage?
Well, the mini storage
It has,
was because we had to
into
move
mini storage. Okay.
to move the files that
Oh,
we
okay.
had in the garage to the storage unit due to mold.
Oh, okay, that's what that was.
That's what
Okay,
that
that was those mold
Mhm.
files.
And the garage is full.
Is the garage on the bottom of page 1?
Yes.
That one is for the township car,
Oh, okay.
and we do
Okay.
that to keep it out of the
Oh, okay.
elements when it's not in use.
Okay. And I had one more on page 4. Some rent. Why is it 2 rents paid, I guess, on the same
What
date?
page are you on,
same-
Joy?
Page 4, the second one. 2 rents paid at the same address. You see it, 247, 50, and then 51, is that just to make up that 275, or what, how is
I
that?
don't know.
Might be the, no, it's for the same time period.
Mhm.
It's
We
the
have to
same
look.
time,
So same
Yeah.
day and same address?
the same address, same time period.
I'll look into that.
I mean, then you have another one that the same type of thing, and the next one, it's the same time, 3 payments. Yeah, are they 3 different clients, or they both the same, or?
Same.
Is that the GA account?
That could possibly be 2 people living in the same household and
Oh.
getting help.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's a good point.
And could part of it be a partial from
Yeah.
the middle of the month to apply?
It's the
Okay.
same day. It's the same day.
Same day.
Mhm.
It's the very same day. It's probably be that way.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I need a motion.
Yep. Need a motion?
I make for approval of the bills payable.
Call the roll.
Okay, Mr. Sellers,
Aye.
Ms. Albensy. Aye. Ms. Bender.
Aye.
Ms. Martin.
Aye.
Ms. Sellers.
Aye.
I have a question. Should we clarify in that motion, except for manpower? Mike, should we put in?
No, the goal was to take the manpower out of
Let's take the
it. So
manpower.
was
That's
already
a separate
taken out.
motion, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay, fine, gotcha. Okay.
All right. Next item on the agenda is supervisor report. Any correspondence?
That's from you, that's your report. Do you have any?
I don't have any correspondence at all.
Good.
No, no
No,
correspondence.
no correspondence.
No. It's my first day, so I have no correspondence.
Don't worry, it'll come.
I know.
We're all at once.
Yes, yes. Okay. Bonding through Township officials of Illinois, risk management, I've taken care of that. I've gotten all the bonding papers sent in, and so that's all taken care of. Okay? Next item is expenditure to budget report. Yes. Taking a look.
So this is what percentage that's remaining on all the line items,
Mhm.
right? Let me explain that to you, what that means. What are these?
Oh, for the new trustees, the percent remaining is a percent that's remaining in the line item that's in the budget. So, far, you can't see it, can you? Need your glasses? Okay.
May have to have Kathy hold it for you.
You have my one contact.
Keep that thing.
Any questions so far? I will answer to the best of my ability. Give everybody a chance to look through it.
Supervisor Summers?
Yes, ma'am.
I know you can't answer this, but maybe we can check into it. I see that we have some negative monthly activity. And in particular, in my division under Health and Life on page 1, it says the month activity was negative $1,401.08, so we must have overpaid them. You can't probably answer that, but just for the
Okay.
record. And I believe I was able to determine that what you're looking at is actually the closing of the fiscal year 2012 and 13. So these are the final numbers that would have been expended. And the percentages remaining are just that. You're gonna see many of them that say 100%, that they didn't even get used. But then there's other areas where it's obviously 1.42%, so they used almost all of it. But I believe when my staff looked at this, and she said we closed, so this was the end of the year, which would have taken us through April 30th.
Okay.
I'm not sure why we have negatives, other than we must have overpaid.
I have to look into that.
A question. The Health and Life, it doesn't look like an overpayment to me.
I think you're looking at two different things.
Are you on page 1?
Yes. It says there was 42,000 in there, and that 38,000 was expended, so you're not over.
No, I wasn't saying we were over. It looks like we must have made more of a payment than we needed for a negative monthly activity to be a minus $1,401. I've never seen that before, so I would.
Well, my question is this, maybe the bill was paid, and that was all the bill was, and that was what was remaining.
No, that column is clearly the monthly activity. That means that's how much we spent out of our line. And as I said, that one's coming up as a negative, which leads me to believe there must have been an adjustment that needed to be made, and I noticed it in the telephone line under GA. It had a negative $30. Again, the month activity is supposed to indicate how much we have spent out of that line item.
But then that contradicts what it says, the percent remaining is 7.83, Cynthia.
And if I would have looked at last month's, it may have been a lesser percentage, and now the percentage went up because we were basically paid probably less the last month of the year is my guess. But I can't say that I've ever seen that done before. Which would have, if it was 6% something last month,
Well,
then
it
it's.
indicates to me that it's an underpayment. If it was budgeted at 42,000 and only paid 38,000, there was an underpayment.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We might have at some point paid more than we needed to because it was an estimated dollar amount is the only thing I can presume. It should have been actuals, but I've never seen a negative 1,400. I've never had a negative, to my knowledge, on a month activity.
But that negative is not a negative, if I understand what you're saying. There's actually 7.83% left in that line item, correct?
Correct, but what I'm saying is my best guess is that last month, at the end of March, that 7.83% might have been 6 point something percent. Then they found out what we actually owed for the month of April, which was $1,401 less than what we really needed to pay, which gave us the 7.83. I'm just making
Okay,
mention.
okay,
And I
okay.
know
Okay.
Supervisor Sellers doesn't know because these are not his expenditures.
Yeah. Why don't you just check that out, Cindy, and let us
That's
know
fine.
next time? Thank you.
The same thing is there, Cindy, under clinics too, did you see that? On page 3, there's a minus of $957.
And the telephone, I saw that on there too.
Yeah.
I
Clinics and
see telephone.
Mhm.
Clinics.
Any more discussion? No? All right.
Do we need a motion on this?
No, it's just.
It's just general information,
General
so we
information.
can just move on.
Okay. The revenue account summary. The next item on the agenda. Any questions? No, I sure can't. Any questions? I can't answer them.
And Supervisor
Yes, ma'am.
Sellers? And just for clarification for people that are looking this again, and that's the remaining, when you see it as a negative, that means we actually received more. I'll give you an example, in the replacement tax, the second line, Supervisor Hooper budgeted for $5,000 and actually received $9,921.66. So it's contrary to what it looks like, it actually means she actually received more. We received $244.70 more interest, and on down the line.
So that negative should be a positive, is that
Well,
what
it's
you're saying?
positive in your mind, because if you look at what was budgeted, the budget was for less and they
Okay.
received more.
That's not unusual,
Okay.
because you have to kind of go with
It's your best
what
guess.
your best
Mhm.
guess is that you're gonna get.
Okay.
So that's a plus,
It is.
even though it's a negative. Just confuse everybody, right?
Next thing I should, that's the one you were talking about, your June 7th.
Yes.
We've already authorized that, didn't we? then?
No, we haven't.
Okay. All right.
The next item on the agenda, E, is authorize issuance of a manual check for payment to a TOI for supervisor and clerk to attend Zone 1 workshop in Rockford. It's $30 a person in advance, June 7, 2013.
Move for approval.
A second.
More discussion?
Any more discussion?
Okay, call the roll. Mr. Sellers?
Aye.
Ms. Saltonson? Aye. Ms. Bender?
Aye.
Ms. Martin?
I,
Ms. Sellers?
Aye.
Mike, I have a question, a point of order. Can he approve, can he vote on this since it has to do with him, Mr. Sellers? Or does he have to abstain?
It would be a better practice to abstain.
So let's do it
I'll
on.
mark you as
Yeah,
abstaining.
I mean, abstain, please.
And as a matter of law, abstentions go with the majority, second district case.
So
in
it's still
Butler
there.
County. Calgary versus Village of Foxborough.
Okay, all right, now,
All right.
got that done?
You got me down as abstaining, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have-
All righty. Next item on the agenda is to establish time limit for public comments. Suggestion is for 3 minutes. Any discussion on that?
I like 3 minutes.
I like more.
More.
More is better.
More is better.
That's what the little kids say in that commercial.
Yes.
You're not gonna gavel them down if they,
Yeah,
Really
I need to get one, don't I? Maybe not.
I guess it depends on who's talking.
Right. Any more discussion on that? Do we
Yes, we need a motion.
need a motion?
move for approval.
I second. So it's Nikki and Kathy. All right, any other discussion?
Discussion? Think of call, right?
All right, yep. Mr. Sellers,
Aye.
Ms. Saltoncy. Aye. Ms. Bender.
Aye.
Ms. Martin. Aye. Mr. Sellers.
Passes 5-0.
Now we're at the assessors'
We're
report.
at the assessor's report.
I have nothing to report this evening, but I would like to say welcome to our new supervisor, Mr. Patrick Sellers, Barb
you.
Burns, our clerk, Attorney Phillips, Joy Sellers, and Kathleen Altency. And welcome back, Nikki Bender and Nikki Martin.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was quick, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Sure.
Trustees, report, anything? Trustees like to say?
Nothing, just welcome aboard, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank
I'm sure we'll learn a lot.
you. Yes, I will learn a lot.
No, she said we will. Having a man tell us what to do.
Oh.
I know. And a young one at that.
Yeah.
Are you gonna tour us through the?
Yes, yes. Okay, public comments.
Sarah's dying to say something.
Come on. Now, you know we get the 3
Anybody have
minutes.
anything to say?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Anybody have anything to say?
So these meetings are open to the public?
Oh,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Okay.
We'd
First
love
and
to have
third
the
Mondays
public.
of the month.
Our intentions is to get a website and
Yeah,
video stream them on the website.
Okay.
And we'll eventually have all the documents and minutes and everything on the website, so when that's out, hopefully we'll get everybody to visit the website.
And if you can't, then come in and Barb will train you.
There you go.
We'll all be learning.
No public
Okay,
comments?
none?
All right. Well, the next item agenda is a set date for special meeting of town board to discuss the purchase or lease of real property for the use of township, including discussion whether a particular parcel should be acquired. Special meeting to be held in executive session per Section 5 Illinois Code Section 120/2.
5 Illinois compiled statutes. I know you're not an attorney.
Thank you.
Act 120, Section 2C5.
Okay, thank you. Everybody, yes.
I know this has to be in a special meeting, in a closed meeting, because it's talking about real estate. However, do we know what use has come up that we have to look for this? What's the use that's come up? It says property for use of the township, so I just wanted to know what the use was for.
We are actually up.
Let me respond to that. It's going to be a general discussion on township needs. it's kind of hard to go into further detail more than that.
Discussion on,
General township needs. I know that doesn't tell you much, but since the law allows us to go to executive session in order,
well, specifically, I'm not asking,
Right.
but generally,
yes, just general.
okay.
So we need to set a date and
So we need to
time
set a
and
date.
a location, I guess, unless you want to do it here.
No.
Okay,
Let's
so,
everybody look at our calendar here.
Next Monday's a holiday, so.
Right.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
right.
do it the week of June 7th through the 10th.
you can do it the first week of June,
I can,
So-
yes, I can just, I'm the 3rd, yeah,
on the 3rd?
yeah, I can do the 3rd.
Well, we have a regular meeting on the
Oh.
3rd, so we want to do it at the time not on the
Oh.
regular meeting.
I mean, does it have to be on a Monday?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
that's why we're setting up a certain
Oh,
date.
okay.
And-
I can do the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th,
Okay,
any of those days.
okay.
Do we need to get it done before the next board meeting,
Yes.
maybe?
Oh,
Yes.
okay, let me
Yes.
see.
So you're talking-
Oh,
If
well,
we can,
then.
if we can't, I mean, with the next board meeting is in 2 weeks, but if we can, we do want to get it before.
Mhm.
Isn't that what you thought, Michael, is to before the next board meeting?
Right, absolutely.
Yes.
The 29th, the 30th, the 31st,
Of May?
yep. I mean.
29th is a
Right.
Wednesday.
The 29th is
Even the
gonna be
28th.
bad, because I'll be in Sterling.
You'll be in Sterling, will
Yeah.
you be back in time? That's when we're there, that's at 2 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
But
so
it's
that
gonna-
should be,
It's an
Mhm.
hour down and
Yes.
back.
oh,
And it's
okay.
gonna be a long
How about the
Even the
28th?
Even
Is the 28th good for everybody?
At what time? 5:30?
I'm good.
5:30?
That's next Tuesday.
Yep,
Okay.
and where is it gonna be?
What time?
5:30 on the 28th, 5/28, 13, and
Are we having it here or in your office if it's an executive session?
We need a private place. We need someplace private, so
That's fine.
can you do it?
Conference chambers up
Yeah.
on the second floor.
Mhm.
So
The
where-
conference chamber.
second floor,
Second floor of 524 West Stevenson, conference room.
it's right off, when you get off the elevator, you go to the right, and then it's the first door on the left,
Right.
Third floor.
on the
Is that
second
where
floor.
Second
Cindy's
floor.
office
Second
is,
floor.
right, Cindy?
Yeah.
Across from me.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we took, okay.
Right,
Mhm.
right. Supervisor Sellers, did you want me in attendance at this meeting?
Yes.
Okay. Is that in concurrence with the rest of the board?
That's fine.
Okay.
All right, so we set the meeting for next Tuesday, the 28th, at 5:30 on the second floor of 524 West Stevenson, the conference room. Okay,
Fine.
can someone please give us a motion to adjourn?
I make
So
a
moved.
motion that we adjourn.
Anybody gonna second that motion?
One second.
All right. Okay.
Do you want my time sheet?
Do you
Let-
want
Oh, there you go.
the end to run, so like,
If you would like, you can put your time in there, and we can keep the files here if you want, and
oh,
then,
that's a good idea.
so you guys don't have to worry about
Yeah,
I like
losing
that
them.
idea,
Losing
then
it.
I don't lose it. Okay, so you want the date, our name, and then a check at regular meeting or special meeting?
Right,
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, our names are-
right there, yes, please.
Paid by the hour?
Yeah, about 380.
$32.50.
I need,
Do I hear 30?
I need a yellow folder to put it in.
Does that work? Barb?
Yes.
Yes,
that'll
it
work.
does.
And then
I
I
need
will,
We need the yellow folder back.
yes, I will give you
Joe.
this because.
Joe, you have to fill this
You need
out.
to keep that.
You fill that out and send
I
that
have
back
it.
in. Did you fill?
No, she didn't
I
write.
also
She-
need, I think I need you, Joy, and Kathy to do the, that yellow sheet, the economic interest.
I did it.
You've
I
done
didn't
it.
see it.
Mine's
Yours?
done.
You've
You
done
have
yours, didn't
to,
you?
yeah, that yellow sheet that you got with
Oh,
your,
yes. it's
I
on
need
the
that from
table.
you and I need that from you, Kathy.
You have mine,
So,
right?
I've got yours and Nikki's, yes.
Yeah,
But those-
mine should be done, but
I can go check if you want me to. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming.
Congratulations, Supervisor.
Thank you, thank you.